Hey, my name is Shubham and I'm 24-year-old and it's about 12 o'clock in the night. And yesterday, it's my third day of posting a YouTube video. And yesterday I decided that I would be learning trading. Uh, that's what I decided. And I decided that whatever I think, whatever I think that I learned new, I'll be sharing with you guys as well. So so today, starting from the basics, I thought that let's start just from the scratch. So the topic I would be discussing is how the stock prices actually move. So we all know that the stock prices like fluctuates very fast. Like you'll know certain stock is at 150 rupees 20 paisa and the next moment it will be at 150 rupees 60 paisa and the next moment it will come back again down to 150 rupees 10 paisa. We all know that something on the buyer and the seller end is happening and that's causing this price to move up and down. But what exactly is happening behind the scene? I was always a bit confused about how this is happening. So today I learned about that and maybe I'll share this with you guys as well. So I have a board. So let's imagine a stock which is like just a new stock and there's no price for it at all. There's no price decided at all. So there is no previous price. There's no last traded price. We just know that few people are interested in buying that stock and few people are interested in selling that stock. And now we will decide how that price comes and how that price moves, right? So what we know is there are few people who are interested in buying it and there are few people who are interested in selling it. So the step 2 would be creating the order book. How does the order book looks like? So if you focus here, the step 2 would be there would be few buyers and there would be few sellers. So the buyer is selling, there are 3 buyers. The first buyer is saying that I'll buy 10 shares at 100 rupees. So he'll be buying 10 shares. He's ready to buy 10 shares at 100 rupees per share. The second buyer is saying that I'll buy 20 shares but at 99 rupees per share. And similarly, the third one is saying I'll buy 10 shares but at 98 rupees per share. And then we see at the seller end. So the seller one is saying I want to sell 5 of my shares but at 101, at 101 rupees. And then the other is saying I'll sell it at 102. And other is saying that I'll sell at 103. So if you look at, there is no matching here. The buyers are ready at the max price, buyers are ready to buy at 100. And the least price at which the sellers are ready is 101. So there is no mismatch. There is no match. So there can't be any trade. So still there is no trade happening because the buyers we could see that there is a mismatch. The buyer are willing to buy at a maximum price of 100 and the sellers are willing to sell at the minimum price of 101. But suppose that there is a new trader, he comes and he says that I'm a seller and I want to sell 10 of my stocks at 100 rupees. And we already have a buyer who is willing to buy at 100. So this is where it gets interesting. This is a match, right? Somebody is willing to buy and sell at a same price. That's where the first trade happens and it happens at price 100. So these two will trade and the price will become 100. That's where the first official price is 100. That's how the first price is decided. Now we will move on and decide how this price now fluctuates from 100 to some other price. And it happens on the same lines, but I'll give you more examples. We already have our first trade done and we have a price for the share now. So the 100 is the current price. It is the price at which the last trade happened and that's what the current price is. Now what will happen to the order book? If you see this seller, he was able to sell off all 10 of his share and this buyer who was willing to buy 10 was able to buy 10 of his share. So they will be squared off from the order book, removed from the order book. Now what happens? Now again the market will be paused at 100 because we don't have buyers and sellers matching the price. Now suppose we have a new buyer who says that I am ready to buy 2 shares at 101. And we already have a seller who is willing to sell 5 shares at 101 rupees. So now what happens? We have a match. So now the current price will be 101. new current price will be 101, and this is what is the last traded price would be. So LTF, the last traded price, this is the current price. But there is something unusual here. Earlier we saw that he was asking for, he was selling 10, he was buying 10. But now what we should see here is the seller was selling 5 shares, but the buyer is only willing to buy 2 shares. So will this trade happen? Yeah, it actually happens. So the trade happens in fragments. This is one of the new things which I learned today. Even if you place a order of like 100 shares, it happens in fragments. Whenever it gets a match, it happens. So now what will happen is this buyer, his demand will be fulfilled, and it will say that I am done. It will be removed from the order book. But this seller who was only able to sell 2 of his share, now this number 5 will be removed and 3 will be left. He will still sit on the order book, but now with 3 shares. So what we learned today is how the stock market prices move. So the current price now will be 101, and with this order book. This is what happens in actual stock market as well, but it happens on a very large scale. And the stock markets have some matching algorithms to match these sellers and buyers price at very high speed, and that's how you see those fluctuations. I hope I was able to explain this properly. This is it, I guess, and I'm really very new to all of this, so if there are any feedbacks and if you think I did something wrong somewhere, maybe you can point it out. Bye bye.